I want you to imagine something for a moment. It's early morning, the house is quiet. You pour yourself a glass of milk, just like you've done for decades. You believe you're doing something good for your bones, your strength, your health. But what if that one simple habit, the same one you were told was healthy, is slowly working against your body now that you're older? I've sat across from many seniors in my office who were doing everything they thought was right. They walked every day. They took their medications. They tried to eat healthy, and yet they were struggling with joint pain, bloating, fatigue, rising blood sugar, stubborn inflammation, even unexpected bone loss. When we traced things back, one of the biggest surprises was often sitting quietly in their refrigerator. Milk. Not all milk is bad. But for seniors, some types of milk can quietly trigger inflammation, weaken digestion, spike blood sugar, and even interfere with how your body absorbs calcium. And the most dangerous part? Many of these milks are still marketed as healthy, especially for older adults. If you're over 55, your body does not process foods the same way it did at 25. Your stomach acid is lower. Your gut bacteria are different. Your kidneys work harder. Your bones, muscles, and blood vessels respond differently. So the milk that once helped you grow can become the milk that slowly drains your energy. And here's what really concerns me. Many seniors stop drinking milk altogether because they feel worse after it. They get bloated, gassy, foggy, or achy. But instead of switching to the right kind, they give up entirely and miss out on nutrients their aging body actually needs. That's why this conversation matters so much. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 3 worst milks seniors should never drink, especially after 60, and the hidden reasons they cause harm, even when labels say low fat, heart healthy, or natural. Some of these may surprise you, and one of them is commonly recommended by doctors who were trained decades ago. But just as important, I'll also share the 3 milks that seniors should have daily, the ones that support digestion, protect bones, calm inflammation, and actually help your body feel stronger and more stable as you age. If you stay with me until the end, you'll know exactly what to remove from your fridge, what to replace it with, and how to drink milk in a way that supports your health instead of sabotaging it. And somewhere along the way, you may recognize yourself in one of the stories I share, because this isn't about theory. This is about real people, real bodies, and small daily habits that quietly shape how you feel each morning when you wake up. So take a breath, settle in, and listen closely. The milk you choose after this video could change how your joints feel, how your stomach behaves, and how strong you feel walking across a room 6 months from now. As we get older, our bodies begin to change in quiet ways that most people never explain to us. Digestion slows down. Enzymes that once worked effortlessly begin to decline. The gut lining becomes more sensitive. Hormones shift. And yet, many of us keep eating and drinking the same foods we did for decades, assuming our bodies will simply handle it. Milk is one of the clearest examples of this mismatch. Let me explain something very important in simple terms. Most people are born with the ability to digest lactose, the natural sugar in milk. But as we age, the enzyme that breaks down lactose, called lactase, naturally decreases. This isn't a disease. It's a normal part of aging. That means milk that once felt fine can suddenly cause bloating, gas, cramping, diarrhea, or that heavy, uncomfortable feeling in your stomach hours later. Now here's the first myth I want to gently correct. Many seniors are told that switching to low-fat or skim milk will solve these problems. In reality, it often makes things worse. Low-fat and skim milk remove the natural fats that slow digestion and help your body absorb vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Without that fat, the lactose and proteins hit your digestive system faster and harder. This can lead to blood sugar spikes, inflammation, and digestive distress. I've seen seniors who switch to skim milk for their heart health, only to experience more joint pain and fatigue within months. Another issue that rarely gets talked about is milk protein sensitivity. Cow's milk contains a protein called casein. In many older adults, casein can trigger low-grade inflammation. Not the kind that sends you to the emergency room, but the kind that quietly worsens arthritis, stiffens joints in the morning, and makes recovery from exercise slower. This is especially true with highly processed milks that have been heated at very high temperatures, which alters the protein structure. Let me share a real-life example. A retired schoolteacher once came to me complaining of knee pain and constant bloating. She had already cut out sugar, fried foods, and soda. But every morning she drank a large glass of cold milk with her breakfast, because she believed it was protecting her bones. When she stopped that one habit and switched to a gentler alternative, her digestion improved within days, and her joint pain eased noticeably within weeks. Nothing else changed. Now let's talk about one of the most misunderstood claims about milk: calcium. Yes, milk contains calcium. But calcium absorption depends on vitamin D, magnesium, stomach acid, and gut health. In seniors with poor digestion or chronic inflammation, much of that calcium passes straight through without being absorbed. In some cases, excess calcium from poorly absorbed milk can even contribute to kidney stones or calcification in blood vessels. This is why some seniors drink milk faithfully for years and still end up with weak bones. It's not because they didn't try. It's because their body wasn't able to use what they were giving it. Another myth is that plant-based milks are always healthier. Some are, many are not. Certain plant milks are heavily processed, loaded with seed oils, gums, and added sugars that irritate the gut and spike blood sugar. For a senior with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance, this can be especially harmful. So when we talk about the 3 worst milks for seniors, we're not talking about fear or restriction. We're talking about alignment. Matching what you drink to what your aging body can actually handle and benefit from. In the next section, I'm going to guide you through practical, reassuring solutions. I'll explain which milks are gentler on digestion, which ones support bone and muscle health, and how to build a daily routine that feels nourishing instead of uncomfortable. I'll also point out common mistakes seniors make even when they think they're choosing the healthy option. Stay with me because this is where clarity replaces confusion, and small changes start to feel empowering instead of overwhelming. Now let's talk about what you can do, starting today, in a way that feels simple, realistic, and kind to your body. Because the goal here is not to take something away and leave you confused or deprived. The goal is to replace stress with support. First, let me clearly say this. You do not need to drink milk to be healthy. But if you choose to drink it, the type, the amount, and the timing matter more than most seniors realize. One of the biggest mistakes I see is drinking a large glass of milk on an empty stomach, especially first thing in the morning or late at night. As we age, stomach acid is lower and digestion is slower. When milk hits an empty stomach, especially cold milk, it can sit there undigested, fermenting, causing gas, pressure, and that heavy, sluggish feeling that follows you for hours. If you enjoy milk, having a smaller amount with food is often much gentler. Another common mistake is assuming more is better. Seniors are often told to drink multiple glasses of milk a day for bone health. In reality, too much of the wrong milk can increase inflammation, interfere with mineral balance, and worsen joint stiffness. Moderation is not weakness. It's wisdom. Now let's talk about better options, the kinds of milk that tend to work with the aging body instead of against it. Fermented milk options are often much easier to digest. When milk is fermented, much of the lactose is already broken down and beneficial bacteria are introduced. This supports gut health, which is directly connected to immunity, mood, and even joint pain. Seniors who struggle with bloating often tolerate these options far better than regular milk. Another gentler option is milk alternatives with very short ingredient lists. When choosing a plant-based milk, look for one with minimal ingredients, no added sugars, and no long list of gums or oils. The simpler it is, the easier it is on your digestive system. Many seniors notice less bloating and more stable energy when they switch to cleaner options. It's also important to think beyond milk itself. Bone health is not just about calcium. Your body needs vitamin D, magnesium, protein, and movement to build and maintain strong bones. Drinking milk while sitting all day and avoiding sunlight will not protect your skeleton. But combining the right nutrition with gentle daily movement can. Here's a habit I often recommend. Instead of focusing on what to drink, focus on how your body feels afterward. Within 2 hours of having milk, ask yourself, do I feel calm and satisfied or heavy and uncomfortable? Are my joints looser or stiffer? Is my energy steady or do I feel sleepy or foggy? Your body gives you honest feedback if you learn to listen. Another reassuring point I want to make is this. Taste and comfort matter. If a certain milk makes you feel good, helps you enjoy your meals, and doesn't cause digestive distress, that matters. Health is not just numbers on a label. It's how you feel living your life. In the final part, I want to bring this all together in a way that feels hopeful and empowering. I want to remind you that it's never too late to adjust, to listen to your body, and to feel better than you did last year. Small daily choices truly add up, especially after 60. Stay with me for the final moments. because this is where understanding turns into confidence. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this conversation, it's this: aging is not a punishment. It's a transition. And transitions require adjustments, not blame. For so many years, you were told that milk was non-negotiable. That if you wanted strong bones, energy, and longevity, you had to drink it every day, no questions asked. But the truth is more gentle than that. Your body is wiser now. It communicates more clearly. And when you learn to listen, it rewards you with comfort, clarity, and strength. I've watched seniors transform their health not through extreme diets or expensive supplements, but by making small, thoughtful changes. Switching away from milks that cause inflammation and discomfort. Choosing options that are easier to digest and more supportive. Drinking less, but better. And most importantly, trusting how their body responds instead of following outdated advice. You don't need perfection. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You only need awareness and consistency. One better choice at a time. One glass that nourishes instead of irritates. One habit that supports your joints, your digestion, and your energy. And remember this: bone health is not just about what you drink. It's about movement, sunlight, balance, protein, and peace of mind. Milk is only one piece of the puzzle. When you stop expecting it to do all the work, you give your body space to thrive in a more balanced way. If you've been feeling bloated, stiff, tired, or discouraged, I want you to know that it doesn't mean your body is failing you. It means it's asking for a different kind of care. And you're more than capable of giving it that care. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this message helped you see your daily habits in a new light, gently tap the like button so more seniors can find this information. Subscribe to the channel for weekly guidance on aging with strength, clarity, and confidence. And if you feel comfortable, leave a comment and share your experience. Sometimes your story is exactly what someone else needs to hear. Take care of yourself. Your body has carried you a long way. It deserves kindness, understanding, and choices that help it feel supported every single day.